Hello everyone, this is the summary of our takeaways from the day 3 of Cannes Lions. I have Sarah with us, our Global Creative Director from WPP, Katie, and good old Grace. Grace, I'll start with you. What is your main takeaway, dear?
So the takeaway for me, I went to a session this morning about the future of influence, and it was talking a lot about Web3 and avatars. And Elite World Group were running that, and they've created a complete sector purely for the future of models and how that's going to go digitally. The one standout for me was they've created something called the substance equation, which shows the influencers that get the maximum influencer engagement, what that kind of secret sauce is to get that. And what they said was it's about vulnerability, humility, reliability and passion, and I think influencers can learn a lot about that, but so can we as a brand, and I think we can really think about how we can build that into the creative collective going forward as well.
Excellent insight for Creator Collective. Katie.
So slightly different session to Grace. So I went to one with some really big CMOs, with some gigantic brands, and all three of them were talking about how critical our digital learning and acceleration is. So they talked about Web3, they talked about the efforts that they've made during the pandemic to really accelerate their learning, to lay the foundations for the next generation and for Web3, and how quickly we need to learn and go faster to not just catch up, but just to get to the new point of tech. So that was my takeout really for us. How fast are we accelerating? What does it take to go faster? Because our competitors are a little bit further ahead of us already.
Yeah, we need to put our skates on. Yeah. Sarah, so what were your takeaways of the day?
I've been attending a lot of the creative debrief sessions about the work that has been entered and has won here, and a couple key takeaways I have is that number one, it's really exciting time to be a challenger brand, which I think is very relevant to us and our goals in the US market. There's so many creative opportunities when you are the one that's trying to get the attention from the big boys. So very excited about that. The other thing is really about how we can create really memorable work when we think outside of the category and outside of the usage moments of a particular product, and seeing our consumers really as whole people with lives beyond the moment that they interact with our product, and what that could do in terms of driving brand affinity and sales for the things that we make.
Excellent. Thank you so much. So more of this you will hear in the debriefing in the Creative Council sometime in early July, I'm assuming, and Sarah will be the guest star, so to speak, to provide her perspective on that. So I'm going to wrap up here quickly. Well, my aha was, as we're thinking about marketing in the digital space, that we need to force ourselves to think consumption opportunities and category entry points, and both for skincare and for cosmetics. My takeaway was that a lot of the assets that we're creating are actually assuming people are in front of their mirrors and putting on their makeup or applying the skincare. It's more of the same versus forcing ourselves to think what are great opportunities for when you're going out to theater, out to dancing, on a date, to a wedding, family, the different occasions, that it actually, and I shared with the MLT the white paper, it actually multiplies your chances of building the brand and having the equity building curve much steeper if you're relying on many more consumption points. So more of this when we're back in the headquarters. Bye bye for now.